Hey everybody, and welcome to a new Let's Play on the channel, Borderlands 2. I've played Borderlands 2 a lot, and I'm a big fan of the series. And we're just gonna get right into it. We're gonna select a character, but we're gonna start a new game. Now, this series is actually going to be a little bit more for the people who have played this game before, so we're just gonna skip the cutscenes, because let's be honest, you watch the cutscene one time and then you're like, alright, I got it. Essentially, cool alien stuff is happening. That's all you gotta really know. But actually, I'm gonna do a quick run through of these characters, because I've played all of these characters a ton, and just so that way you get a quick little overview of all of what could have been. So this is Gage. She's a necromancer. She has interesting anarchy ability, where if you reload, you lose all of your anarchy stacks, but you slowly build up stacks for killing enemies and reloading. And she also has a robot, and she's like really good with rocket launchers and like TDR stuff, I think, and like shock stuff. She's cool. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a big fan of her anarchy mechanics. Alright, then we got Krieg. Krieg's a psycho. Krieg is actually the character that I have gotten the highest level-wise in all of my experience playing the games. I got him to like level, I don't know, 70, 60 something. I don't know. I've never gotten any character all the way to their maximum level cap, which I think now is like, it's something ridiculous. It's like 80 with all the DLC, and I have all the DLC, so I think we're gonna have a slow burn to just get all the way to the highest level. And yeah, anyways, I was playing Krieg, and I'm gonna be honest, I had the Hellfire build. And for those of you who don't know, there's a certain shield that you can put on, and it like explodes in a radius, and there's a certain gun that you can hold that gives you lifesteal. And once you have that build, you can essentially just walk through the game and just like win. So he's fun. He's a little bit overpowered. He also has a really cool like melee kit, which it has a lot of like risk and reward. I like it. Salvador is probably the strongest character in the game. He can dual wield weapons. I don't know why I'm explaining this stuff. I said that this was going to be a little bit more for experienced players. In the late game, I'm gonna be honest, I don't like how short Salvador is. He's like just a little bit shorter than the rest of the characters, and I don't like it. It's just so obnoxious, especially when you're like, if you're fighting like stalkers or something like that, and you're shooting them, and you have like two guns out, and you're shooting one of them with like slag pistols, with your like slag pistol, and it's like all the like particle effects are going everywhere. It's just impossible to see. So I'm not a big fan of Salvador, even though he is one of the more fun characters to like break the game with. He's one of the characters who can like really do a lot of stuff, because he can dual wield rocket launchers and then like break out of the bounds and stuff like that. Maya's really cool. She's actually a pretty good all-around character, because she can snipe, she has slag abilities, she's really good with SMGs, she has good single target CC. I like Maya. I think we're gonna maybe do the Let's Play on Maya. Zero is one of my favorites. I've always been a massive fan of Zero. Actually, I had a mouse pad that literally had Zero on it, that was like a gift to me, because everybody around me knows that I'm a Zero guy. But I never play Sniper Zero. I'm not a big sniper. I think sniping is fun some of the time. It is satisfying to click heads. But I was always a melee Zero guy. And Borderlands 2 was my first Borderlands game, and I played the shit out of it. And Zero was my guy, but Axton was the first character I ever picked. I got my first Axton all the way up to level 50, which was the highest you could get, which is a little sick, at least to me at the time. I was like, I don't know, 10. So, good memories. I love Axton. Axton's also a pretty well-rounded guy, except for he's a little bit underpowered at the later levels, but yeah, he has a lot of interesting stuff. For instance, one of the things I'm a big fan of in the game is that you can get movement bonuses, and Axton has a really cool kill skill that makes you move faster. Him and Zero also. I'm not sure if Maya has something like that. Oh yeah, Maya has she actually has a skill where if you don't have any shield, you move really fast, and then there's a shield that has no shield, which is interesting. We'll probably check that out. We're gonna see if we can build our Maya to like as high a level as possible. We're probably gonna just do one-time customization. I don't think we're gonna be swapping it around too much. You know what? I kind of like the Tannis. I kind of like the Tannis look. You know, I never really played too much of Borderlands 3. It was always just sort of like a eh. You know, I played it and then I never got through the like Malawan like world. I couldn't bear the writing. Borderlands 2 has a little bit more like subdued writing. I don't know. I kind of like original like Maya. No, I'll go with this. I like that. And it begins. Yeah, we're gonna try and get this character all the way up to like level 60. We're gonna try and make it a nice build. We're gonna try and get like good legendaries. We're not gonna farm it to be like perfect or whatever, but I think this is gonna keep us busy for a little while. For those of you who don't know, if you beat the entire main campaign, that is about 1/4 of the way through making a complete character. Because then you have to play it again, or well, actually you get to play it again, and then you can play it again after that for Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. So there's normal mode, True Vault Hunter mode, Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, and then I believe there's a new like set of levels, so you might want to play it again just to get all the quests to reset, so that way you can get better gear and stuff like that. But that's for later. In the meantime, we're level 1. So we're just going to be doing some tiny stuff. We're just going to be having fun cruising along the way. And I've always been a big fan of Borderlands, so it's going to be a nice cozy experience. And Borderlands 2, of the Borderlandses, I would say is probably one of the best written. We already got that stuff. It's funny they still give you that. I'm going to save that recording. I'm pretty sure that we can do a little trick where we can skip Claptrap's dialogue. I always love the beginning area. There was I remember that I would always it was sort of like a phenomenon with me where I'd like get through a game, I'd get like very like far to the point where I felt like pretty powerful, and I'd be like, all right, I've essentially beaten the game, and then I'd never play it again, or I'd rather like reset the game from like day one, because it's always more challenging and like more like fun to me in the beginning of a game when everything is like tuned to be as balanced as possible. You know, that's when the game designers are really sweating over getting every little detail right. And Borderlands 2's graphics have aged very well. You know, it's got a nice cel-shaded design, but it's also got a little bit of like realistic reflections on the weapons and stuff like that. It's not bad. We also have some physics enabled. I'm not used to the physics. Oh, actually, I'm pretty sure that hurts our that hurts like a speedrun strategy. There's a certain speedrun strategy where you can skip through Captain Flint's fortress, but you can't do that if fabric is soft. It has to be solid, so that way you can use it as like a platform. Oh, actually, hold up. Oh, don't worry about that. I'm pretty sure we can skip this dialogue right here if I listen to this tape.
Day 2 on Pandora.
Yep. You can skip right to the good stuff. That's a little trick. I know a couple of tricks for Borderlands 2. I've played a lot of it throughout my life, so I think we'll be able to breeze through most of the annoying parts.
Once upon a time, 4 Vault Hunters changed Pandora forever, but their time has passed. Thanks to Handsome Jack, Pandora needs a new hero.
But yeah, I think this is going to be a good first attempt to try and get a final level character. I believe you can get up to like level 80. Which is, for those of you who don't know, there are skill trees in this game, and I believe beforehand you could get to level 50, which was like 1 skill tree and like maybe like halfway-ish around like here, and then they just slowly made it so that we could get to 2 skill trees, and now you can, I'm not sure if you can get to all 3 skill trees. You might be able to. I mean, who knows? It would be a nice surprise if you could. And I don't think we're going to worry too much about min-maxing. Maya's a pretty solid character. There's nothing like weak about her, and she can typically like do everything. She's a good all-rounder character if you want to like have a good starter character. She's a siren, so she has like cool magic powers.
Onward, seedy-eyed minion. Let me know if I'm gonna run into anything.
Okay, can I say something? In recent Borderlands games, there's been a phenomenon where all of the like characters like respond like in a cutscene, like they'll be talked to and then they say something. But man, there's just something so nice and stoic about a character who just doesn't talk to anybody. Yeah, like yeah, they have like call outs and like when they hit people, they have like things when they're like in the moment, but like they just don't talk to people, and I like it. I was a fan of it when they like announced that you could talk to people. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm a fan nowadays of just not talking, just not talking. Oh, that's bad luck. First shot missed. Oh, come on. I'm not even gonna waste the shot on. Oh well, I did. I got XCOM accuracy, man. It's sad. And we're gonna run ahead of Claptrap here, and we're gonna do a quick little bit of farming, get some cheap XP, just cause this is how I entertain myself. Ooh, that would have been a nice headshot. Man, the melee isn't quite as responsive. You can miss your melee, or sorry, you can like reload, and then you can't really melee to like interrupt it. Not the greatest, or sorry, swap weapons, not reload. I like Overwatch's system where you can just interrupt anything for a quick melee. The melees in Overwatch feel, I'd have to say, the most satisfying in any video game I've experienced. And I love melee characters in all video games. Alright, beautiful.
Hey kiddo, Jack here, president of Hyperion. Let me explain how things work here. Vault Hunters show up, Vault Hunter looks for the new.
And this is gonna probably be a little bit of a long series, so I would probably expect a little bit of silence from time to time. I'm gonna try and do my best, but you know, sometimes you just want to get swept up in the comic book world of Borderlands, you know. A lot of people report having a very pleasant experience just turning off like all the like dialogue and just enjoying the world, and I can totally see that. I typically play with like no music. Just because there's just something nice about just, if you already know what you're doing, the gunplay will keep you going for like days, or not days, sorry, years.
How about that?
Got my eye? Great! Now we just gotta find someone to put it back into me.
No legendaries, no first day legendaries. Unfortunate.
Optic surgery is best left to professionals.
We could grab this pistol. It is a okay pistol from time to time.
On the other side of this Hyperion barge.
Now you may ask, why did I pick Maya? Well, first off, she's just a good all-round character, and I was thinking, what character do I want to farm the comms with for the most part? And I like Maya's comms. I like all of her, I like her elemental abilities. I like farming for the fleet stuff, and then there's just the damage comms, and especially if you find like legendary comms. The game just loves to give you Maya comms.
Well, it was nice knowing you.
Oh, and also I love plasma casters. E-Tech weapons are amazing, and the fact that there's one weapon that's really worth it, and that's the plasma casters, is just amazing. And Maya gets to use them. She's like the most efficient SMG user because she has comms that do like 200 times SMG damage, which is ridiculous. We'll just pick this up and run past here. Oops, I tabbed out. It begins. The tabbing out begins, boys. Look at this. You got hanging stuff. That's crazy. It's the future, man.
Keep your wits about you, minion. This glacier's run by a bandit named Captain Flint. The jerk kept me as his torture plaything for a few months. We played games like...
I'm not exactly the most graceful when it comes to taking shots in Borderlands. I really just like running in there and just shooting them, you know? I got like, you know, 10-year-old gamer memory, gamer muscle memory, so excuse my horrendous play. Look at that, we had a little over-leveled weapon there. There we go, now we're getting some shots. Now we're getting some shots. Don't even need to get shots, man. I like to shoot the small guys first because the bullymongs tend to kill them. So it's good for XP reasons. They're just gonna bump us around a little bit, that's fine. We're surprisingly healthy, you know what I mean? I guess it is literally like the first couple of enemies in the game, like we literally just beat the first boss. Okay, you know what? I feel like now is probably a good time to bring out something that's got a little bit more oomph. But man, we got the whole herd on us. Oh, they're thinking about it. Right, and then I think Claptrap finally gets through, and then we do it all again, boys. It's time for part 2, round 2. I gotta start remembering the patterns on these doors. It's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, or something like that. We gotta wait for a cutscene or something? Okay.
Spectacular! First Captain Flint's bandits attack, then Claptrap shows up. I must have been horrifyingly cruel to puppies in a previous life to deserve this kind of...
Luckily, Borderlands 2 has, I'd say, some of the lesser... like waiting... It has fewer moments of waiting around for dialogue. You typically have stuff to do. Ooh, look at those. Body shot central. I hate when the doors are just slightly crooked, because I'm like, is there an enemy about to burst through there? It feels like it. Oh, almost had it. There we go. Beautiful little level up. Alright. One thing I am gonna miss would have to be the, what's it called? The double jumps. We have no double jumps in this game. That hurts me. That hurts me a little bit. Gravity is pretty low, and you can rocket jump, and you can get pretty vertical, but man, it's not the same. I love that psh, you know? I love jumping and slamming. Bet you didn't know you could do that.
Please stay back, Vault Hunter. Let Claptrap go first.
I knew Hammerlock would come around at this point. Me and him are like 2 peas in a pod. 2 bullets in a bag. 2 cannibal midgets in a packet.
I tend to. Oh right, hold up. There's actually stuff you can do. You can save and quit or something. I think. Yeah. Is this the strat? I'm not sure if that was the strat. We're gonna mess around. We're gonna see what we can skip. I've never been a speedrunner, but I love workshopping ways to beat Borderlands 2 faster, just for personal reasons. And forgive me, I love weapon swapping. Hello, post. You know, we skipped a little bit of dialogue. I'll take it.
Apologies, but when Claptrap speaks, I feel my brain cells committing suicide one by one. I shall be out directly.
I'm sure we'll get the skips as we go along. And don't even worry about it, because we're gonna be doing these missions over at least 3 times, so we're gonna have plenty of time to practice this.
Captain Flint's men trapped me on this glacier. Many thanks for disposing of them, by the way. To survive a direct run with Handsome Jack.
We can run past this guy and we can get a quick little gun from this machine if we wanted. You can get your first elemental weapons here, typically, which is pretty good.
Now, if you could hand me the robot's eye, please.
I don't think I'm gonna get anything. I haven't really decided if I want to do a ton of missions or just do like the bare minimum missions, or how much farming I really want to do. I think I'm really just gonna play it by ear. I think I'm just gonna do what feels right. I typically personally do a little bit of farming on like the snowman and stuff like that, just to get good comms, so that way, I don't know, I have a little bit of a sweet tooth for like good equipment in this game. I just see the bright colors and I'm like, ooh, shiny, you know what I mean? I think we can skip this one, you know? I'm pretty sure. We're gonna try it again. I'm pretty sure he's like teleported all the way to the right. Yeah. Now, admittedly, you do have to walk back, but I'll take that trade. Also, we got a pretty good shield, like right off the bat. I'm not really too worried about doing anything. Yeah, we could do that mission, but at the same time, I think after playing this like campaign over and over enough, we can just we don't have to do all the baby missions. They're cool, but they're not necessary, man. Let's just get crap trap and get out of here.
My first mate Boom Boom is gonna kill ya. Jack's gonna pay us, and I'm gonna play hopscotch in your chest cavity.
In the early game of Borderlands 2, I don't really know too much about like what we really need, you know? I feel like we just sort of go along, you know?
We haven't really talked much since I left you for dead. Hey,
You don't really have to like do anything. There's no like to be dones. It's just sort of like go through the campaign, you know? I like that. Simple.
made of diamonds. Because I'm rich. So you know, that's cool. Goodbye.
And the racks don't stop. Like, I love that. You see that like living, breathing ecosystem stuff right there, you know? There's just like racks that are like around and you can shoot them and stuff. I always thought that was cool. Also, controversial take. I feel like this is the coldest take in the universe, to be honest. I love the Psycho designs and like the bandit designs way more in Borderlands 2 than Borderlands 3. Like, Borderlands 3, they just look goofy. And like, sure, they look goofy now, but like, I don't know. There was like 2009 charm, you know what I mean? Like, everyone's always talking about like 80s charm, 90s charm. There was like 2009 charm in this game. When was this game released? I have no idea. It's pretty old. It's like what? Like 10 years old or something? 7? Who knows? Look at that bandit right there. That guy with the full body mohawk thing, and like the Psycho's like masks just look cool. And like they got tire armor and stuff. I get over here. The slow-mo jumps. They always want it to be like a spacey game with like how everybody like jumps around and stuff like that. But in Borderlands 2, you get surprisingly little mobility. I think there's like one DLC where you get like jumpy stuff. And that was the DLC that was released like 6 years after all the other DLC dropped.
I should probably clarify. The diamond horse I've been telling you about?
Now we can just jump past these two guys. We don't have to worry about them. There's secret loot behind us in that elevator. We just leveled up. That's pretty cool. I think we're going to swap over to this gun and just try and melt Boom Boom as soon as we can. And then they're going to pop out right away. Just take that shield. I fully equipped that shield. Look at that. I love the live rendered cutscenes. It was always my goal to try and like get some sort of image into the cutscene. I felt so accomplished when it would happen. So Boom Boom's just gonna do his thing over here. They're trying to take a shot at us, but that's fine. Just melt him. And if he can't see us, he can't shoot us, so we're just chilling. Actually, we now have our grenades, so we can start melting stuff. For whatever reason, if you have like certain DLC, you get a special grenade called the Firework, and it's like the greatest grenade in the game. It's legitimately better than all the other grenades. It's like, it's pointless to use any other grenade for like, I don't know, first like 30 levels or something like that, unless you have like really specific purposes for your grenade. It's a fireworks that like you shoot it and then like, oh, it goes up and it doesn't hit enemies, but its area of effect is so massive that you typically explode yourself with it. And that is why it is just such a good grenade in the first place, because like nothing really survives it for the most part in the early game. And its area is so big that you get like 20 enemies with it, you know? Like, look, you're typically supposed to blast these enemies with this big rocket thing, but you can just sort of like, you know what I mean? And then like you get more XP for it or something. Because I'm pretty sure you get like reduced XP if you do it in the rocket, but this way you're just like farming them. We can also get our first ability, which is Phase Lock. Phase Lock is a pretty cool ability. It lets you put them up in a little like thing. Oh, and we got physics enabled, so that's gonna be pretty cool. The frame rate might slow down a little bit, but you know, nobody plays with physics. Nobody plays with physics, so I think it's worthwhile. God, I can't hit this guy. Let's just do a little crit damage. Get him in a Phase Lock. Just hold him there for a second while I analyze this gun real quick, and then I'll drop him, and then I'll kill him. Alright, no bonus package. That's lame. For those of you who don't know, every boss has their own designated, oh wow, more guys. Every boss has their own designated, like, legendary that they drop. And, it's a pretty rare chance, so it's not gonna happen most of the time. But when it does happen, it's pretty sweet. Especially if it's something you can actually use. But a lot of the time what's gonna happen is you're gonna see like a tubby, which is like a version of a normal enemy that's just like, they look a little fat, and they drop legendaries typically, and you're gonna be so excited, you're gonna be like, oh boy, a legendary, and that's typically gonna drop the worst legendary you've ever seen. It's gonna be called the Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. It's gonna be the worst shield you've ever like equipped, and you're gonna be like, what is the point of this? Like, why are we even here? Like, look at this. This is like a perfect, like, comic panel right here. You know, like an establishing shot. You just throw a little grenade over there. Get ahead of him. We're gonna be a little underleveled, but at the same time, our grenade is just so good that it doesn't really matter. And we can farm these slightly higher level enemies for good stuff. Our pistol is not that good. Honestly, the default sniper is better. Oh man, I was hoping for the quick shot. Alright, first time we're going down, I think. This is Fight for Your Life. It's just, you know, it's a little like down mode. You can get a kill, you get up. That's why I'm not really too worried about going down. There we go. You don't really have to kill all the enemies in the game. Mostly we're just hoping to get through the quest so we can open up the world a little bit and get to the good areas. I love the early like Bullymong fighting area. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of this fortress right here. It takes a little while to run through everything, and if I want to like get to Sanctuary and do like certain missions, it just takes a while. Also, Maya's just a great sniper because she can restrict enemies. Please don't kill me with the acid. Luckily enough, it's early in the game, so DOTs don't really hurt us too much. Oh, also, if you don't know what DOTs are, damage over time, I hated not knowing what that terminology was, and I was like, what's that terminology when I was younger? It's like fire. It's like when you're like burning or taking like damage for like second and then second and then second, and you're like taking multiple damage.
You!
I do love sniping in this game, actually. I've decided I'm gonna completely overhaul what I was saying before. I love sniping in this game. Because the enemies stay still for the most part, and if you have a mouse, it's much easier to like click on stuff. I originally started playing this game on Xbox, and joysticks just don't make for good sniping tools. So if you're playing Borderlands and you're frustrated with sniping and you're using a controller, check out the mouse. It might just free you. We want to make sure that we carefully go through the quests. I've had times where I like... Yeah, I've had times where I clear out this whole area, and then Claptrap actually didn't move because he was stuck right there, and I was supposed to stand right next to him. I don't know what he's doing. We're not getting that much XP. Oops. Whoops. Yeah, sometimes they just stand there and just take the bullets. I wouldn't expect these enemies to really know how to do simple multiplication, but you know what? That's kind of what I love about it. Believe me, once they start doing like a third of your HP in one shot, you'll be plenty scared of them. You're not gonna be thinking they're so like, oh, easy. Once they start literally health gating you with one bash, you know what I mean? Also, here's a sneaky little chest that you don't tend to find, or at least I didn't for a couple of playthroughs. It's garbage typically. Actually, I'll take a bandit shotgun. Oh, I don't really want to drop that weapon. I feel like the bandit shotgun's just gonna be better for getting flint. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna show you the thing you can do. You can go into video, and then I think it's physics effects. You want to put that on low. Restart required. Never mind. It's cool though, for the record. You jump up here, and you jump on that, and you can like run across this. Oh, actually, never mind. It's fine. You just run up here, run on this, get on this chain, and then you skipped over like 3 levels of combat, and then you get to flick the lever. But you know what? I'm a good sportsman and I want levels, so we're just gonna take some shots at these guys. Like, look, you can sneak into this little area and just be a sneaky little boy. A whole like batch of enemies is supposed to spawn here, but you literally don't even have to worry about them. This almost seems worth it. Almost. I like the bandit shotgun more. I don't know what we have to do to summon these enemies. I guess we have to like kill more of them. I wouldn't just lock myself out of getting back up here. That would be bad. Oh, whoopsies. Alright, now I'll do the normal run up, just for content. Aw, man. Also, the hitboxes in this game are a little bit generous, which I like. It's not exactly a competitive game, so I appreciate just giving a little bit of leeway. But I mean, if you like the crazy stuff, you know, you do you. Alright, now we get to pick our first skill tree that we're going to go into. We could go into Mind's Eye for damage, and then we could go to Wreck for mega damage. We could go to this for like survivability and just like fun stuff. But I do like the reload speed. I think I'm going to go with the reload speed. I typically like to start with reload speed. And also, you want this most of the time, but I'm gonna go with the reload speed. Reload speed is just like, you know, anything that makes the game just more pleasant, I think is worthwhile. Alright, now we finally got all these enemies. Forgive the screen shake. I think it's better if you just hold your angle and you just take your shots instead of trying to like finagle around people. You see, like right there, that was like the first word that Maya said. Uh-oh. We might be in some hot water here. Never mind. I was completely lying. Yeah, you can just get riddled with bullets in this game. Some of the time. Some of the time. There are other times when they will riddle you with bullets and you will not be laughing. There are certain difficulty spikes around certain areas. Do a little sneak around here. I'm pretty sure Claptrap actually got a little bit ahead of us, so we're not going to be able to get right next to Flint to burst him down. Also, we have like no ammo, but you know, that's fine. Hopefully we'll be able to phase lock him before he turns into a Fire Lord. For those of you who don't know, Flint has a weird little fire mode where he gets like 400% resistance or like 500% resistance to like all damage, which sucks. I like Flint's design. I'm pretty sure the first time I played it, Flint was like the first boss that really like made me struggle.
Stay still.
Man, I would like a little bit more reload speed. Hopefully he shouldn't activate it. Did we stop him? Because the gate's open, did we stop him from going into his mode? I wonder.
No.
Maybe.
Gotcha.
Dude, Maya might be the most overpowered character. Like, he didn't even get to go in his like fire mode. I didn't know that Maya got to do that. That's pretty cool. Now we might die here. Oh. Why is the sniper so good? Why is the sniper so, like, accurate from far range? You seeing that? I'm telling you, Borderlands is a pay-to-win game. You buy DLC, they give you stuff.
Goodbye.
I don't want that. Alright, smooth little mission. I wasn't expecting too much trouble. I feel like it would have been pretty embarrassing if I died a ton.
Alright, now we just gotta get to my ship.
I'm not exactly... I could theoretically try and preserve my life for as long as possible. I know a lot of people love to do one life runs where you like try and not to die a single time, and if you do, you delete your character. I'm not that masochistic. You know, I'm here for a good time, not for a weird crazy time. Don't get me wrong, I get down with weird crazy energy some of the time, but this is not a weird crazy time. Borderlands is a more of a comfort food to me.
And now, let us set sail! We're near Sanctuary, buddy. You go on ahead.
Sanctuary's off limits. You bloodshots can stay in your hole. I see you. Awesome. Why don't you boys run on back to your camp? Oh,
Why do some of these bullymongs look so like humpbacked? Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there are certain ones that are like, they look like muscular gorillas, and then there are certain ones that look like hunched over, like just dudes, you know? I'll just get you with my grenade. You knock me to the perfect distance. Yeah, see, sometimes your grenades, if you're too close to something, they'll bounce off of them. And then they'll actually get like far enough away that they can't hurt them. I didn't even notice that the Bullymong, like, they get weak and then they start like dragging their arms and stuff. There's all sorts of clever designs.
This machine will digital.
Oops.
Damn it. Oh, sorry. Darn it.
I like checking the machines. There's a chance that you can get legendary loot in there, although, I'm gonna be honest, it's not quite as common as in the pre-sequel, so...
He's locked the station to prevent the bandits from using it.
it's not quite as worth it, but it's still pretty worth it. I gotta wait for her to finish her dialogue before I get to pluck this thing from this guy. Pluck the thing from the guy. You can get a little secret chest up here. Electric grenades, that's pretty good. I like Tesla grenades. Rubberized, lobbed, That just also, for whatever reason, has over-leveled equipment, so it's pretty good if you're a little under-leveled. Or a little higher up in the levels. Or you like want better, higher level gear.
Hold it right there.
And we're just gonna breeze past here. Whoops. Gotta be careful with those grenades. I'm sure I'm gonna end up killing myself with those grenades at some point. I had a feeling I would be able to get a couple of clicks off of that. Is that iridium?
Rescinding lockdown.
Wait a moment while I hack the catcher.
Iridium is legendary ore, which equals fighting bosses sometimes and ammo upgrades. It gives you storage upgrades. You can like hold more guns with it. That's probably like the most valuable thing it lets you do.
Try requesting another car.
I will say holding extra like ammo is surprisingly useful. You know, after you play it for a while, you realize that there's just you run out of ammo a little bit quickly with certain guns. Especially if you're a character that's like built around like spraying bullets as fast as possible. In the pre-sequel, there was a horrible thing that would happen with let me see, one of the like gunslinger characters. I forgot what her name was, but she's like the sheriff character, and she has an ability that makes her like guns auto aim and shoot really fast. But she would like spray all her bullets, and then she'd just be out of ammo, and it was pretty obnoxious. Actually, I'm pretty sure we can rush past this, right? Yeah. One of my favorite things to do in Borderlands is you can rush to like quest objectives and like have people like speak over each other, and like you can like fast track missions if you know where to go.
We'll catch up when I get back to Sanctuary. For now, I need your help. My men tell me Corporal Reese hasn't returned the power core that we need to keep the city's shields running. Bring Reese back to Sanctuary.
Let me see here.
Uninjured place and the Raiders.
All right, we can just pick it up right here. And then see, everybody's talking over each other. It's great. You don't need to know the lore. The lore is go fast, shoot enemies. Kill bosses, farm loot. That's the lore.
Goddamn blood choices, too many of them. If anyone can hear me, I need help. This gag bait grinder.
Come with me, my tasty cake!
He did the side step. He did the stanky leg, man.
And licking pee and clean!
You can talk to him.
Didn't think I rated that much of a risk.
You can do some sick parkour.
One of those
Oh.
power core. Without it, Sanctuary will be defenseless. Get that core back to Sanctuary.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Torg weapons. Torg weapons are explosive, but I don't get them. They just don't do anything for me. I can't think of a single like Torg weapon that I'd want to have equipped as opposed to like a different manufactured weapon. Like Torg assault rifles, lame. They don't have shotguns. Pistols, lame. Rocket launchers are pretty good. You know what? Rocket launchers are pretty good. I hold my tongue when it comes to rocket launchers.
So much to learn.
That said, Malawan rocket launchers are pretty dope, and Bandit rocket launchers are pretty dope too. Hyperion doesn't have rocket launchers, I don't think.
Wasn't my time.
It'd be interesting to see what a Hyperion rocket launcher would look like, you know? When I first played this game, I thought that all the manufacturers produced all the weapons. Nope. But I'm like, come on. Let me see what an accurate rocket launcher would look like, you know? It's shooting like bullets. Shooting rockets, you know? Shooting quick stuff. I'm floundering around a little bit here. We don't really have to do any of this stuff. Actually, you know what we can do? We can jump off the edge for a quick little respawn. Or a quick little, time save, you know what I mean? Don't flounder this. There we go. Still not dead yet. Here's a little speedrun strat for you. You just jump off the edge. You just let yourself die intentionally. Intentionally, not a fake death. And then you skip all the way over here and you save a ton of time.
Roland, is that you? Oh, it's the Vault Hunter. Get it quick. Roland's Echo communication.
You essentially pay $14 for a bus fee, you know what I mean? You know, one thing I might want to do. I typically would rush right in there, but one thing I want to do is I want to make sure that I get this fast travel station right here. Because I always skip over this, I never activate it, and then I'm mad when I can't go to it later. And also check the stuff here while it's still useful. Doing some sick tricks on our way.
Made it to Banditville, huh? Well done. It'll be nice to see a friendly face when I'm burning that place.
You're the one Commander Roland was talking about. The one who faced Jack and
I think we're gonna set up Sanctuary and then we're gonna call it there.
How bad. But first things first. Plug that power core into the shield generator.
I just love the world building, man, you know? If Borderlands was willing to take itself seriously, it would have so much potential.
Good. That ought to last us a day or two. Roland was supposed to bring us some
Intel on how to stop
Like, it's got so much to it, but it doesn't believe in itself.
Let me get the gate for you.
Borderlands 2 believed in itself in a lot of areas. Don't get me wrong, but like, I don't know. Sometimes they're a little bit scared to be just like authentic. They always like try to play it off for like a joke, which inadvertently makes it like worse, like a little more cringe. But you know, we've all been there. Also, they're a massive like corporation company that has to like feed people and like make like economic decisions or whatever. But I'm just evaluating the final product, man. Don't go looking at me for nuanced, complicated ideas, okay?
help carry out.
Do I like how the guns shoot? Yes.
Crap. I mean,
Do I like the jokes?
Roland needs your help.
40% of the time.
Raiders don't stand a chance against Jack. Please find out where Roland's gone.
I'm gonna be honest, I've memorized most of the dialogue in this game. I could probably quote it back to you. Like recite it, rehearsed. Do I believe in the dialogue? Some of the time. Genuinely some of the time. But I'm gonna be playing with the intention to skip as much dialogue as possible for mere jokes. Because it makes me feel alive to finally, you know, get to what I was here for, which was the bullets and the farming of the loot. Check out this route. You can go up there and you can bump your head on that, which is perfect height to get to that. And you just pick this up on the way up.
You're gonna need a third, which is why I gave you that here red
Right? You can buy the last cell from Earl's Black Market. Careful though, Earl's crazy. He ate one of my cars once.
And here's some dialogue
The
skippage.
whole car. Just like with a fork. Bandits of Sanct. Roland said we got. Don't worry. Nobody's gonna turn you in.
Yeah, you get 3 dialogue
Stop
skips.
Jack.
Let me see, what's here? Eh. Do you give me stuff? There are certain characters with backpacks that like give you stuff.
What you want? Just buy something.
This Crazy Earl.
This crap fuel cell.
I like his character, you know? It's a simple, kooky character.
Only accept iridium. Cash is for clowns, boy.
Borderlands 1 was way more reserved as a game. I think just because they couldn't really get as many voice actors or something like that. It was a little bit more... It was still like a pretty big company, but I'm pretty sure it was just like... You know, it was a touch more indie. That's a pretty good... Ooh, those are both pretty good. I think I'd buy that out, honestly. Level 7? I'm level 7. I'm level 7 as fuck.
Or not. Damn.
I don't know if that was better or worse than our current SMG, but you know what? That's fine by me either way. I could get this 21, but I like the fire. You know, fire is just really good in the early levels, especially because nothing has shields right now. Literally nothing has shields. We are gonna replace this with a different SMG the second that we move over to the Firehawk mission, but you know what? That's fine. For like 5 enemies, we're gonna have a great SMG. I love that art for the Firehawk. Why can't Lilith swap into her Firehawk voice some of the time? Also, why does Scooter act like the Firehawk is a big issue? Like they're all friends. But I think that's going to do it for today's episode. If you like the content and you want to see more like it, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know how you're feeling about the series. I'm having a lot of fun making the series. Actually, it's the first episode, so I'm really excited to see how far we get. I really hope that we do genuinely get to the very like end of making a very complete character with all of our skill tree filled out, and you know, perfect gear, you know, legendary, 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 blue, you know what I mean? So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye, have a good one.